Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Spectrum Drama, where we take a look at the hottest posts on Spectrum for the week and give our opinions on them. So before we get started, don't forget to keep your eyes peeled for the giveaway next week. So we should be announcing that on Thursday, which is also Halloween, which will be awesome. So definitely check out the stream, and we will let you know roughly what's going on, and we'll also put a video out as well, just so that you guys can get commenting and win some cool stuff. Okay, let's get started. So first up, we've got a post from Noobifier, and you may know him from YouTube fame, and it says flight model, no BS. So this is basically a transcript of a video that Noobifier put out on the flight model and kind of charting its kind of history, where we were, where we are now kind of thing. The very long and short of this is we appeared to be getting something in the flight model that seemed to look good, like it seemed to be going in the right direction and everything was kind of working, and then they scrubbed that and have gone backwards, I think, essentially, is kind of the gist of it. There's a hell of a lot more to take in from the video, so we definitely recommend probably watching the video or at least read the post. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of at that point now where they've kind of ruined a little bit of, as far as Noobifier is concerned, aerial combat, you know, fighting in space combat and stuff like that. So watching the video, do you think that's where we are now? Do you think that they've gone backwards, or do you think that there's so many people that agree getting rid of, you know, a lot of the things they've gotten rid of now? But I feel we've gone a bit easy mode now with the flying. Yeah,
I tend to agree, actually. It's a little, it's difficult because they change. This is what, the third or fourth iteration of flight models that they've tried now. I kind of tend to agree with him. How, you know, it's like you've got a sweater with loads of holes in it, and CIG have grabbed one of the threads and just keep pulling it, and it's slowly coming undone.
Yeah.
Sometimes I enjoy the flight model. I actually agree with some of Jag's comments a bit further down about how atmospheric feels really good, but space feels really bad. I think he's kind of on the money there as well.
Yeah.
How do they fix it is going to be the question.
Yeah, they're in a tricky situation now because they spent so long building what they thought was the right type of, you know, flight model, and then realised that wasn't working, and now they've kind of gone back to a simpler version to try and build it back up again. And I mean, fair enough, they've got plans for what they want, but it just doesn't look like we're going to get there. It doesn't feel like we're going to get there. And I agree as well with Jag that atmospheric flight is fun still. I still enjoy whizzing around on planets and stuff. I miss the hover mode because I do think that added a real kind of additional element to being around bases, you know, hovering around bases and stuff was fun. But space flight's boring. I mean, doing the few combats that we've done recently, albeit it is fun, it is still fun, it's just not as fun as it could be because I don't know, it's feels very basic now.
Yeah. Be interested to see kind of where the flight model's at in a year's time. But by that point, you're going to have Squadron 42 out, and at that point, it's going to be kind of too late. You know, if it's baked into Squadron 42, then you're done by that point.
Yeah,
that's kind of what we're going to have.
Yeah, it's worrying that, you know, they might be secure in the future on, you know, sort of shoddy foundations, which I don't know. It is a bit worrying, but I mean, I hope they've got a plan, and I know that there are a lot of people out there who like the flight model as it is now, and I think that that's fair. You know, a lot of people, they just want to play the game, they just want to fly from A to B, and I don't know, there's not much feel in the flight model anymore, and I think that's what the more hardcore want, is they want a more raw, visceral experience when you're flying, and you don't get that now. It's just very basic and a little bit bland.
One thing I actually find funny about his post, just in general, he knows how to play the Spectrum game, because he knew if he posted the actual video, there would be loads of moany comments and moderators would move it around and stuff.
Yeah.
So instead, he's just posted the transcript of it.
Yeah, it's a good idea. We might have to take a leaf out of that page, leaf out of that book, page leaf out of that tree.
Page. Yep.
God knows, there's still some word. Cool. So next up, we've got a post from Yasoing, and it says, "I'm the only one who thinks that big ships have way too small a thrusters animation in this game." And basically, the gist of this is, if you look at the concept art and then you look at what we've got. The thrusters always look really big and grand on the concept art, and then they're these tiny pinpricks on a huge ship in reality. And I think that maybe in space it's different. You don't need, I mean, you've seen in a lot of sci-fi films where they just essentially just go psh, and have something, blowing out a tiny bit of air and it moves. It's fine, but yeah, in atmosphere, I don't see how these thrusters work on some of these giant ships when they are literally, like, they look like someone's holding one of them ever-burning lighters out the bottom or something. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. It's very odd.
It is very odd. Yeah. When you actually stand and look at it, it is very, very odd. I know exactly where this has come from. It's where they've modelled the thrusters on smaller ships, and then instead of remodel like a new thruster for larger ships, they're just reusing assets from smaller ships and putting them on bigger ships. The problem is it just looks ridiculous. Hopefully they'll change that at some point, because it is kind of jarring.
Definitely. And I mean, if they're going to reuse these assets, make it realistic. Put like 50 of them on an 890 jump, not 4.
Yeah,
it's mad. And yeah, I mean, you look at the concept art, and that looks really cool. You've got this kind of, and like, he actually does say, there's no kind of like effect from those thrusters when you're like landing. There's no dust kick up. There's no nothing. And you think, I mean, that ship must weigh, oh God knows, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons, and yet somehow those 4 thrusters managed to like keep it from falling out of the sky. It is daft, but I'm sure it's, like you said, it'll be a work in progress. They'll fix that eventually, but yes, they look a bit daft. Okay, so next up we've got a post from Wednesday, Lara A. That's a lot. Can we have anti-glare tech? Oh God, I couldn't agree more. It's so ridiculous that in the future, this far in the future, we still have to squint to look outside of a windshield. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Look at that picture. Why?
Why is there glare? Why is it there? I get they're kind of going for the whole, what do you call it? J.J. Abrams lens flare shit.
Yeah, or Michael Bay, if you mean.
Or Michael Bay, yeah. But this is just a bit ridiculous, really. Tone it down, guys. Come on.
Yeah, we've had moans about this many times, about all different things, to do with the kind of the aesthetic of light. Some things they get perfect, but this is something that they've never got right. And I mean, it ruins visibility on a lot of ships, and especially on turrets. I mean, just what are you thinking? Yep.
I actually had a kind of issue with this the other day in a mission. I was flying around doing some bounty missions, and the target I was firing at kind of flew up, and the sun was behind him. And the glare from that sun, I couldn't see him at all. I ended up flying straight into him because he'd stopped, and there was no way I could have known.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And I had it when we were streaming the other night. You guys had all kind of headed towards the sun, and I couldn't even see your markers. Do you know what I mean? And on the on the Cutlass, I think, which one's broken? Yeah, on the Cutlass, the little star map on the actual HUD doesn't work, and so I didn't know where you were. You disappeared as far as I was concerned. So yeah, sort it out. Cool. So last up, we've got a post from Timble, and it says, "Thank you CIG for giving us a chance to say goodbye." And basically, unfortunately, a very beloved org mate of Timble, name of Lonestar, passed away in real life not so long ago. PXP, which is the org, held a service for him in his honour, and they managed to hold that with 30 plus members of their org on an 890 jump, paying their respects, which is awesome. And you know, it meant a huge amount to them that they were able to continue and maintain that kind of vigil, you know, for him on that server for as long as they did. So yeah, big thanks to CIG from Timble. And yeah, it's a real shame, you know, to lose anyone, but obviously, you know, someone that means a lot to you is terrible. But it's good that you're able to give him a good send off to Lonestar. So yeah, it's really nice to see posts like this where it's not a pleasant subject, but it's got a nice feel to it that you can kind of, you know, a game has kind of brought all these friends together. I love that. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. It's also pretty cool that they got 30 people into an 890 jump without it freaking out. That's really good going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure you know, it doesn't actually go into detail about what the ceremony was, but it would have been kind of interesting to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's always a shame when you sort of lose someone from your community.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we've built up a hell of a community at Crying Cow, and you know, I think, you know, even though none of us probably ever met, we all know each other really well. And you know, it's one of those things where, you know, even if you've never met someone in real life, it can cut really deep when you lose someone that you're close to, you know. So yeah, we feel for you, everyone at PXP, and you know, this video is dedicated to Lonestar, so the Space Cowboy. There's a really cool post actually just underneath that from Annabelle Huxley, and I recommend you read it. I was going to read it out, but I've got such a terrible cold at the moment that I probably can't do it justice. But yeah, she's basically kind of put a twist on "Do Not Stand By My Grave and Weep," which is a really nice poem. So yeah, have a read of that, and it kind of sums it up. Okay, so there you have it. That's all the posts for this week. We hope you liked the posts. We hope you found them enjoyable or amusing. If you did like them, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Star Citizen content. So don't forget, check out next week, stream on Thursday. We will be announcing the next giveaway, which is pretty awesome. We will put a video out as well. And if you can join us on one of our streams, don't forget to come and join our Discord. And we tend to stream with subscribers on a Thursday, sometimes on a Monday, if we're feeling amorous. But yeah, definitely come along and yeah, stream with us. It's fun. And that's it. So thanks very much everyone for watching, and we will see you again next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.